Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really, really well today. If you're wondering where I got this shirt from, which you might not be, but I got it from a thrift store. And this is my first time wearing it on camera. I think I've worn it one other time out, and I don't know where I felt like leading off with that, but you know, just I want to cover my bases. Anyway, I hope you're all doing really well today. I wanted to talk to you. Well, originally, I created a video before this talking about imperfection, and I liked where I was going with that topic, but I decided to scrap it because it just, I didn't feel like my whole heart was in it. And after just having a conversation with one of my close friends, I figured out what it is I really want to talk about with you guys. And that is the importance of listening, because I had a realization about myself today when I was reading the book The Gift of Imperfection by Brené Brown. Excellent read so far. I think about 30 pages into it. It's not a very long read. I believe there's 150 approximately, and just so far so insightful, so beautiful. I'm such a fan of hers. I have talked about her quite a few times already on my Instagram, and I highly recommend looking her up or watching her videos on YouTube, watching her special on Netflix, or listening to her podcast or reading her books. She's so amazing, and she will open up your eyes in ways that they've never been opened before. And that happened to me today. So she was talking about how, of course, first and foremost, how important it is to give yourself compassion so that you know how to give others proper compassion. Because, yes, we can love others without loving ourselves first, but we can't love others fully or properly if we don't love ourselves first. So, one of the things she touched on was an experience she had where she could feel shame coming on. She had a situation where she started people pleasing. She was kind of trying to impress someone and be someone she was not. And then by the time the whole speech was over and she got to her car, she just felt very, very overwhelmed, and she immediately wanted to reach out to someone for support, which is a critical thing for us to do when we feel shame. It's really valuable to us to connect with others so that we aren't alone in that shame. There are certain emotions that aren't meant for us to completely digest and sit in alone. When we are alone, through certain emotions, we tend to, she used the word metastasize them. It's just, we store them and we kind of add more water to that shame plant, and then it grows even more. We keep it to ourselves as if no one should ever know about that. But that's, when we speak about it, we dissolve it, and we feel, when we get that empathy, it dissolves, it goes away, and then we're able to move past it. But when we don't get that empathy, or we're too ashamed to talk about it to someone else, that stays within us and it eats at us, and that's not healthy. So she was talking about the different kinds of people that we tend to hear on the other side of the phone call when we are trying to talk about the shame that we feel. And I have been almost every single one of the people that she discussed, and it was a little bit of a moment of guilt. I was like, oh God, that's really sucks. I don't want to be that kind of person. But I have been. And one of the people that I identified with most on the other side of the phone call, when a friend has called me about a shameful experience, or just an experience where they feel really, really emotional, I have played the role of the problem solver, where immediately I get into a mode where I've got to fix the situation for them. I got to tell them what they need to do to get out of it. And it comes from a place of caring, but that isn't the most caring thing that I can do. And in that moment, because in the past, I haven't given myself enough compassion. I don't even know what the most compassionate thing is that I can do. And now, after reading this and doing a lot of the work that I've been doing lately, I recognize that simply listening to someone and letting them know that they aren't alone, letting them know that, yeah, that does really suck, but I totally understand what you're saying, that I feel you, I have been there, and I feel you. And just letting them know that will alleviate so much of their burden of shame or suffering. And I just called my friend to let her know, because she had called me recently with an experience where she was just really emotional, and I was letting her know that I was there and all of that, and that she wasn't alone, and that I had been in her shoes. But then I was also trying to problem solve, and a lot of times she does appreciate it, and it does end up, I guess, making her feel better. But I also recognize that it doesn't always work out like that. And a lot of times when I personally have called others in my really dark moments, where I've been really, really burdened with heavy emotion and I just can't handle it on my own, the last thing I really want to hear is advice. And I know it's coming from a place where they're just trying to help, but more often than not, the advice that I get is something that I already know. I already know that tomorrow's going to be better. I know I'm going to feel good later. I know I'm going to overcome this. I know what I need to do to get past this, but right now, what I really, really need from you is just to listen to me and let me know that I'm not alone. And that will help more than you know. So that's really what I wanted to share with you guys today. I know it's a pretty brief talk, but yeah, it's pretty simple, and the only way to really be able to offer that kind of support is if you're offering yourself that kind of support, and you're learning how to treat yourself more compassionately and more lovingly. When you give to yourself first, which I emphasize so much on this channel and on Instagram and on Facebook, give to yourself first the compassion and the love that you want to give to others. And when you do that, you will be able to give them exactly what it is that they crave, what it is that makes this whole world go round. Okay? I hope this message resonated with you guys. I love you so much. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will talk to you all very, very, very soon. Take care.